What is going on, everybody? Welcome to PlayThru Live, our Let's Talk discussion of the Nintendo Switch. I am Anthony, and I am here with my co-hosts, Danny and Jeffrey.
How's it going?
This is the first time we are actually making a video together in the same room, so I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. I'm also losing my voice, so don't mind that. But anyway.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We are discussing the Nintendo Switch. It finally came out, and what are your guys' thoughts about it so far?
I love it. I really love it. Even if there's only one game. You download all the games.
I've pretty much downloaded just about every game that's out there.
I have Zelda and 1-2 Switch, and I told you guys, but like this is the first Zelda game I've ever played because I'm more of a PlayStation guy.
It's a good way to start.
I'm completely hooked on the Legend of Zelda. This game, I can't put this down. I'm up till 2 in the morning playing this game. I can't stop playing it. And 1-2 Switch is a great game too.
I haven't. The only time I saw 1-2 Switch was yesterday. But
yeah.
I haven't really looked into it. Legend of Zelda is going pretty well. I haven't had that much time to play it. You friggin' beat it already.
Well, you know what? I kind of no-lifed it for the last week.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of.
It's March 12th. The game came out March 3rd. It's a 50-hour game.
I just got off the Great Plateau literally yesterday. I just got my paraglider.
You're taking your time though.
Well, I like to explore and get a good.
Well, that's what's great about the game. It's the high replay value. You beat the game, but you really didn't beat the game.
It's the first Zelda game that you can go back. You could always go back in a Zelda game, but there was never really much of a reason to do it. This is the first Zelda game that there was actually a reason for you to go back and play.
That's true. I don't even think Ocarina of Time you could go back. You just got like the Master Mode. I didn't do that.
Master Quest, yeah.
Yeah, it was really difficult.
And then you have, for the first time, they're putting out that DLC expansion pack that comes out.
That's true. That's true. What's in that? Story? Or
there is a little bit of a story. It also includes, it's either 1 or 2 dungeons, and then some smaller stuff, too.
Okay.
So it's a decent amount of content for $20.
I guess. I'm probably not going to get it, but...
I don't know.
I already got it.
That's a whole different discussion, like you talk about DLC, like whether or not...
I have to go back to...
Well, it's not that surprising Nintendo finally went down that route for DLC.
A lot of people... Well, now they didn't start till the Wii U, really, with like Mario Kart 8.
You gotta follow everyone, I guess.
Well, yeah, that and the whole online system coming out later this year, you're finally gonna have to start paying for the online service.
Yeah, they're kind of catching up now.
It's annual.
Is it annual?
The price is reasonable. It's like 25.
I thought they do it monthly.
It's annual. It's $25 a year.
That's not bad.
That's half the cost.
$25 a year?
They gave a range of like 200 to 300 yen. So I think that's like about $25 figure.
Wow,
reasonable.
Well, whether or not how good the network is for $25 is also another story too.
We'll see.
Why don't we talk about the specs of this thing?
Okay.
I don't know if we can see it. I don't have a cameraman operating that, but
yes, we do.
Huh? Yeah, he's back there producing really well right now. The screen, it's a 6.2 inch, I believe, screen.
Yeah,
right?
6.2 inch.
You said it was plastic. It's not complete glass.
I thought it was glass until he told us like a couple minutes ago.
Which is probably a mistake with all the people that are, including myself, that have had issues with the dock scratching the screen. But we'll get to that later. 720p, which on a screen that size is adequate.
I was blown away when I first turned that system on, or at least when I fired up Zelda for the first time.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's gorgeous. That 720 screen is gorgeous.
It actually runs better too. Like
on handheld. Yeah, I plugged it into. I put it in the dock yesterday when I was playing Zelda. The frame rate dropped immediately, and
it's kind of crazy. Like, all the trees are just like.
Yeah. What do you think about the Joy-Cons?
I kind of like them. I thought, the way that they slide out nice and easily.
For some people,
awkward. Like,
well, that's
I'm not used to that yet.
They're a lot. I will say,
and also, but even this, like, when I first unboxed it, I thought it was actually kind of uncomfortable. I felt like it was a little tight.
I didn't like the grip because on a regular controller, like a Pro controller, your fingers are supposed to wrap around the grips, but because it's a square, your fingers are just like.
Well, you know the thing is though that surprised me. I have massive hands basically.
Because you have massive.
Okay, whatever you want to go with that. But when I first held it, I was actually surprised. I was worried about how comfortable it would be, but for me, it's more than enough, really.
You get used to it, but like I said, because it's square, it really your fingers just feel weird, I guess.
I haven't held the Pro controller, so I can't even say if it's a better experience.
I would imagine because if you're playing like it's like a PS4 controller or an Xbox.
It's wider though, right? The Pro controller.
I don't know either. Yeah,
it's kind of a small remote when you think about it, really. Or maybe it's not. I can't tell. Do you think that's the same size as like an Xbox remote or a PlayStation?
No,
it's a lot smaller.
I think
right?
by a little bit, not a lot. It's just a tiny bit smaller, I think.
It feels similar.
I should have had one for comparison.
It feels similar to the. It feels more similar to a DualShock because the bottom's so rounded.
Right.
The Xbox, it's
the Xbox is a lot more fatter,
and the grip itself on an Xbox controller.
And have the battery version of this.
That's true.
Charging grip.
Yeah.
I don't know. If,
I don't think.
I mean, that's good for some people, but not personally, not for me.
Well, these accessories are actually really expensive.
They really are. They're
$80.
$80. Yeah.
I think like everything's pretty much $80. You're better off just buying another Switch.
It's expensive, but the way I look at it is, compared to a Wii remote, the technology in this.
Well, yeah.
You buy one of these, it's $50, but this is just as capable, if not more capable, than a Wii remote, and that's what they sold them for.
Well, that's the right one. I heard the left one's having a lot of problems. People are having like desync issues and.
I had a little bit of that last night, but I was sitting pretty far away from it. It was also like behind my legs.
I went to the other side of my room and was testing it with the Legend of Zelda, like moving the camera around, and it was getting like jittery because of the connection issues. So I mean, I'm not going to be playing 15 feet away from my dock anyway, so it's not going to be an issue for me. I'm always going to be like a couple feet away from it, and if you are, it's not an issue.
I play mostly in handheld mode too.
Yeah, me too. I've rarely connected to the dock.
Much more as a portable than a console.
Well, you go away, so I mean that's easier for you. Yeah. Even with the TV though, I think I used it the first time I opened it just to test it out and see how it was. But I gotta be honest, the stuff kind of looks like cheaply made.
Yeah, but that's also a way to keep the price down.
The dock out, but the dock seems like a little like it's on the cheaper end.
Nintendo, I think, was really aiming for that $300 price, and the system is.
Whether or not it was worth $300, I don't know. It seems more like the dock is just kind of an upscaler type thing, just packaged into a bigger dock.
I guess, and if
with I mean, it's got the USB ports on it.
All it really is a USB hub. That's it.
Right.
USB-C has all that stuff, and it doesn't even process anything. There's no processing going on in there. It's all
just an adapter when you think about it.
Plastic.
Yeah.
Kind of feels cheaply made. So
I guess
whether or not that was worth $300, I don't know.
Well, honestly, I think once you Switch should have been included for a $300 price.
Yeah. Well,
like how Wii Sports was.
Just
because I don't think once you Switch is. It's a great game. I don't think it's a $50 game.
Think about this too, though. Think about the 3DS. How much did you pay for that at launch?
I don't remember. I bought like 3 of them.
It was $250. It was $250. The 3DS.
You bought 3 different versions of the 3DS.
Yeah, it was the regular one.
I didn't have the regular one. The first three.
I went through all 3.
I had the regular.
We bought them together.
The first one I got a XL was my first one, and then a month or 2 later they announced the new 3DS XL, so I traded that in, and that's.
I bought the original at launch. I paid $250 for it. All you got was the system and a dock. That's it.
Right. They had the dock.
So.
And the new one they didn't give.
They didn't. No dock.
No, I imported mine.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so for $250, that's all you got, and it was the 3DS. So when I look at it like through that kind of a lens. That was a lot for a 3DS, but you're getting a pretty good value with this still, with all the stuff that's included. They didn't have to include the dock. I mean...
I guess. Well, no, they did.
To fulfill the vision of it being a home console, yes, they did.
Right. That's what they were all marketing towards.
But it functions perfectly fine without it.
I guess.
You don't need the dock. You don't need a lot of the stuff that it comes with. You don't need the grip.
Sure.
Like, they could have
because this whole thing is the console. You're right.
The grip is something they easily could have left out. Because then they just play with each hand.
I
actually didn't even realize. I didn't know it was touchscreen. Like when I first got it. Like I didn't think they were going down.
They never really showed like in any of the trailers or demos. And the reason I think they did that was because they wanted to make sure that you could use it as a home console. I know one game just came out that you can only play it in handheld mode. Because it's a cell phone game that they ported over.
Oh, well, I mean that's like a rhythm game. I guess they could do all their mobile stuff. If they just made like a Nintendo App Store, not like the eShop.
Yeah.
Like
put on Super Mario Run,
like
that. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
You might see that down the road.
You might.
They'll port some games over.
Yeah. Now about the touchscreen, do you guys think Nintendo should have included a stylus?
I don't, just because I don't think it would have worked that well. Like, it's a lot harder to implement a stylus on that kind of a screen. So
yeah, but
I think it
personally, I wouldn't have minded if they included a stylus. Not that you were forced to use it, but just as a little. It could have been just a little plastic one that they gave on the 3DS.
But the issue is it's the technology that screen uses.
I know, no, I understand
so
that. Right.
That would drive up the cost though too. Like you said before, I think they really wanted to hit that $300 price point.
Well, the only time I was really looking for the stylus was when I first opened it up and like I realized it was a touchscreen. I'd rather just bring my finger.
Yeah, you don't want to get the fingerprints on it.
But you know, I was typing my name or whatever, the country. I think that was the only time I was actually looking for it, so I didn't have to keep doing that.
Yeah.
You don't really use it in the game.
No.
Like Zelda doesn't. It's not touchscreen.
There's no games except for the one I mentioned before.
Right, so it would have to be
certain games
specific that you would even use the touchscreen.
Certain games don't use it, but just for menu options.
That's why I was confused. I didn't know it was a touchscreen at first because I thought they were not going down that route. Just game-wise, like Legend of Zelda, what are you going to use?
I guess, right. So
it's not like you're having the actual touchscreen and then something separate on your TV.
Like the Wii U.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I thought they were trying to go as far away from the Wii U as possible.
Well, no, I mean, this is really loosely based off the Wii U.
Well, that's why I even said
this
that in
is
my
what the
unboxing
Wii U
video.
should have been all along.
But it wasn't ready for it. The world wasn't ready for that yet.
Well,
so
the technology wasn't there. But this is what their end game was. This was
Right.
their goal.
Yeah.
It was right. I mean, they took kind of a loss for it, but I guess in the end,
It paid off. You learn from your mistakes. I think they marketed this console extremely well. It was everywhere.
At least they had consoles, not like the NES Classic.
Kind
Well,
of.
they're sold out.
They're
now.
sold out. Yeah, I know. They're still on back order.
At least in America, there's
still get it without pre-order.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Well, they also never took pre-orders, so that's why.
For the NES, no, yeah, the NES didn't.
For Target didn't take pre-orders in general, for anything, like Switch included.
We got them solid at Best Buy.
Nice. Kickstand?
Oh,
It's cheaply made as well.
yeah, that's kind of cheap.
But it
Yeah, it really feels like you're gonna rip it off.
Because if it didn't break off easy, if you accidentally did dock it, it would actually break the piece itself.
I think it's interesting.
So as opposed to snapping off, you would.
Well, I don't want to test
You
it
have to
though.
replace the whole
I don't
thing.
Yeah, I really don't want. I really don't want to rip mine off.
I think CNET did a good enough job of that to begin with.
Yeah, let's leave it to them.
But it's got the SD card holder too. What do you think about the storage?
Okay.
It's
Now
32
that's
gigabyte
okay.
storage, right?
That's a huge topic to talk about, so we should probably tackle that right now. The storage, it's very misleading because the 32 gigabytes is only for saves. You don't like the saves, like the 3DS. The saves are stored on the cartridge, but now they're not for the Switch. So the whole expandable memory thing is basically only for people who want to download games.
Well, you could still download games to just the system memory, assuming the game's not too big.
That's what, but like if someone's strictly getting the Switch, they don't want to carry on any cartridges.
Then you need an
You
SD
got it.
card.
You have to get a new SD
Well,
card.
it's better than what Sony did, where you had to buy their proprietary cards, where a 64 gigabyte card was $100. I got a 200 gigabyte SD card for mine. It was $70 off Amazon.
Rip
Well, it's just a
Vita.
regular SD card, just like-
No, I'm comparing
for the
it to
Vita one.
The Vita, when that was Sony's last handhelds, they made a proprietary format for their memory.
No
cards.
SD card.
So no, it wasn't
Right,
SD
that's what I'm
cards. It was
saying.
Sony. It was
Stupid.
Sony's
As
cards.
opposed to
Yeah.
Nintendo, just,
Yeah.
you could just,
Right. No, that I like.
I think again with the 32 gigabytes, certain games, Zelda, it's a big game, but not all games are going to be that big. Mario Kart's only probably going to be 5 gigabytes,
Yeah.
if that. That's probably being
I
generous.
feel like Odyssey's gonna be kind of big.
Odyssey might be big.
That's open too, right? It's supposed to be like.
Yeah, well, they're going back to basically the old roots, like Mario Galaxy and all that.
Well, so they're comparing it. I think it's like the first open game since Sunshine.
Well, maybe by that time because it's coming out in the holiday.
Like, even Galaxy was kind of, you had your layout.
Yeah, the
It was
hub
very
worlds.
similar.
The hub.
It's coming out in the holiday. Maybe by that time, I think come Christmas time, you're gonna see Switch bundles with games, and the price is still gonna be $300. They're probably gonna include. I guarantee you. There's going to be a Super Mario Odyssey bundle with the Switch, and maybe they'll include a
Red Joy-Cons?
SD card
Yeah.
with red Joy-Cons, yeah.
Lots of people are suckers.
Like-
They just buy different colors and just different bundles.
Well,
This is kind of like a soft launch for the Switch when you think about it, because
I've heard a lot of that.
there's...
Very basic.
There's no support for it right now when you think about it. They only have...
Everything's
This-
coming.
Yeah. Because you got Splatoon 2, the big... Well, Mario Kart 8 is next if you want to go by big titles, because that's April. Splatoon 2 is in the summer, and
Arms
Arms.
somewhere in between, probably. That's probably gonna be May.
Right, and for like
There's no date, but they said it's like Q2, Q3.
even
So
like
obviously
for like
Christmas.
non-Nintendo lovers, you got NBA 2K18 coming out for the Switch, which I'm really curious because that game is mainly focused on graphics.
There's an NBA.
NBA, that's
Okay.
like, yeah,
A lot of people care about that.
no, but like, it's great that you want to put that. I'm gonna get it just to play NBA. Well, that's you guys. I love sports games,
I'll
but
personally get FIFA.
Is there
I like, FIFA's confirmed. That's coming.
but
Whether or
It's not
not
a big
it-
sport.
my point is that it's such a. It relies heavily on graphics and realism. I would assume the Switch is gonna take away from the
Yeah.
visual aspect, not the gameplay, of course, but like.
No.
You're supposed
seriously.
when you're playing that on like a PS4, it's oh my god, it looks like you're watching an NBA game.
it looks like the real thing.
It looks like the real. It's
Yeah.
the visuals are insane. You're not gonna get
Well, that's
anywhere
the thing.
close to that on the Vita.
That's the thing with Nintendo, though. It's more like I feel like it's more of a cartoony kind of like
Right.
take you into not a realistic world, but
Exactly.
And
the
that's
creative world.
So I
and
d-
Zelda's a good example of that, where they took an art style that is almost reminiscent of Wind Waker,
right.
Mhm.
and
They
like the
combine
cell
it.
Like
shading.
the cell shading, right?
And is it a little more realistic? Yeah, but it's still not strictly a realistic environment.
Right.
Which is good, but I mean, I don't really know if I like games that are too realistic. Like, I feel like if it can be recreated in the real world, then why even bother making a game about it? Like, I want to be taken to a different kind of world when I play.
I'm kind of I'm kind of different. I'm the type of guy that's like if that game looks real, I'm in. I don't know. It's something like Uncharted 4. It's like,
But that's like all creative, like landscapes and stuff too. I'm saying like,
mhm.
but this is getting off topic anyway. But like a battlefield kind of a game. Like
Mhm.
I'm not really into that stuff just because
Right.
it's like too real.
Real.
Unless the story's good too. But I don't know. I'm
Well-
more focused on the story than the graphics.
My stance on the graphics is I'm willing to take the graphical downgrade for portability. Yeah, you can play 2K on your PlayStation 4 and it's gonna look fantastic, but why don't we play 2K on the train? You can't. It's a PlayStation 4.
Right.
This you can be sitting on a plane, train, bus, whatever, and if you're just sitting with someone, you're both bored. You just hand them a controller. And
Yeah.
you start
You're playing basketball. Yeah.
just like that.
I love.
People together.
It is. I love the support from the third party developers like EA Sports, but I really think they're taking a sacrifice with the whole graphical thing. I don't know. Like it's just
Nintend's never been
Well,
about
yeah,
power
I mean,
though.
even-
Since
I think-
But that's my
since
point.
Super Nintendo. That
that's
was
my
the last
point though.
system
That you're
was
getting a
most
huge
powerful
game
out
like
there.
the NBA 2K franchise. I think they should do it justice. Either not have it on the system. I don't know. We have to wait and see how it really runs.
But I feel like they're more into their IPs, really, like Nintendo. Like, how far are you gonna? I mean, Mario can't make Mario like a real human being. Just like
Oh, I mean that they're throwing him into New York City or whatever.
But they look like the Wii Fit trainers, like all.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not really good at like humans.
Reminded me of a Sonic Adventure when I first saw it, and that actually worries
That had
me.
humans in it, right?
Yeah, because and what one of the concerns was like with Sonic Adventure is you have this giant cartoon hedgehog running around a realistic city. It doesn't really make sense. It looks out of place.
Yeah, it's
So,
kinda
so my concern with Mario Odyssey is it raises these questions like I thought Mario was Italian and a human, but he doesn't. But he doesn't
breaks
look.
the fourth
He
wall.
doesn't look like anyone now.
Yeah, no,
Like, he doesn't look like a person.
no, he's out of place. He's supposed to be a real person.
Is he an alien? Is he?
That's right.
Are those people not human in that world? Are they aliens?
Well, even the whole
That's a
that
good
first
point.
level, like that New York City type of
New Donk City.
New Donk City, because it's actually
Everyone
based
thought it
off,
was
like, all
Splatoon
Donkey
at
Kong.
first too.
I
It's all
did.
Donkey Kong streets and stuff like on that thing, but they're on like top of a skyscraper and
Yeah.
cars are driving like down the edges of the buildings and stuff. So I don't know how realistic it actually is supposed to be.
Maybe it's a whole dreamscape. I don't know.
I don't know. It's not until
Once again, another thing we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Or
There's support from Nintendo. There's support from a lot of indie devs.
Mhm.
A lot of indie games are coming out, which is nice because I feel like that's also where a lot of the more adventurous and interesting type of games are. Shovel Knight is fantastic. I need to
Mhm.
get that at some point. I've been looking for an excuse to play it, and the Switch might just be that excuse. Stardew Valley. It's kind of like it's a retro like Harvest Moon. Like you're in a village and you grow crops. People look wanting that on the Wii U, but they canceled it and putting it on the Switch instead. This is the indie support, but as always,
bless you.
as always with Nintendo, that worry is the AAA dev support because they never get it.
I'm all in for AAA support, but that's where the PlayStation Vita failed, because they didn't get support from the main developers. And some people, I think it failed. A lot of people think it's a success because of all the AAA titles it got. I mean, I'm sorry, the indie titles it got.
Indies are an important platform.
They are, but they don't attract the casual gamer.
But didn't the Wii U do that too? They didn't really get a lot of third-party support, right?
Nintendo hasn't gotten a lot of third-party support
Just
since the Super Nintendo again.
That's not true.
Well, the way I look at it is that if you want third-party support, Nintendo's not the platform for you. You should be playing on either PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. If you want third-party support, for me, I play Nintendo systems for mostly Nintendo games.
Right.
And the exclusives. That's it. If I want to play, Madden or 2K or FIFA, it would undoubtedly be a better experience on PlayStation.
Right.
No
But there's a unique experience with Nintendo where you can't get that on other systems.
That's true.
Like, personally, I game mostly on either the Switch, or if I'm not on that, then I'm on my computer, mostly.
Well, at least I like now, too, that they're kind of being more creative about their games. Like, it's not just the same Mario kind
Right,
of game.
they're taking a huge risk with that Mario Odyssey.
I think that's what people wanted, and they finally...
No, I meant with the environments and everything. They're really taking Mario in a whole new direction.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's going to be a fresh new start for him. Especially with the whole I think Mario's really getting a whole new resurgence, especially with Super Mario Run. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But
the idea that they're making all their games open now is refreshing. I think a little bit.
I think platformers and stuff like that are kind of coming back. I mean, you can see that with
Ukulele,
which comes out I think next month actually.
Which is a great indie game, only because
that's an indie game.
It's kind of borderline indie game when you think about it,
because they're just starting out.
Right.
Technically, it's rareware. So I would love to see Nintendo actually just buy them out and just make them an official IP type thing.
Yeah,
maybe. You never
know. Shame Banjo-Kazooie couldn't come with them.
Yeah. Ukulele is going to be great on a hand. Oh, that game's going to be so good.
I can't believe you don't play Banjo-Kazooie either.
I was never...
I was
a PlayStation kid.
I was never into platforms.
Your Banjo-Kazooie was my Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper.
They're still different games.
And Sonic for me, because I had a Dreamcast. I was that one kid with a Dreamcast.
I would... Jak and Daxter is really the Banjo-Kazooie of PlayStation.
Yeah. But Banjo-Kazooie is like a totally different... It was like all in itself, I think. That really... like a good defining platforming kind of adventure game.
Right.
So, but anyway. We didn't really, as far as the storage, to get back on topic, because that's what we're talking about. I think Reggie said they were going to work on like a cloud type of storage too, like they said.
Well, that'd be great. They said stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So
yeah.
That's PR speak for it's probably going to happen at some point. We'll see. I sure hope so, because I'm worried that if anything happens to my system, my Zelda save is gone.
Right, that's true.
So all this time I've invested in the game, and now it's gone.
But a lot of the stuff they just didn't mention yet. I mean, they're going to keep updating everything, and it kind of, to me, it feels like they didn't finish it completely. Like, I don't know, they kind of just rushed to get it out.
Well, that's what he meant by before with the soft launch. Is like a lot of their stuff. It's going to be a lot better time to buy the Switch come Christmas time than right now.
Yeah,
we had to get it right away.
Oh yeah, and this video wouldn't be
this is free advertising for Nintendo. You're sitting in public playing, and people see it, and they see the big logo on the back of it, and that draws eyes. People are interested.
I don't know how much in public I would be playing it though. I didn't really even take my DS out, but that's just me because.
Well, this is really understated though. Like, if you get the colored one, people are going to definitely notice that it's a very bright color from what I've heard. But
that's kind of why I went with the gray scale, because I'm a classic guy, but it's also subtle. Yeah.
But when you break out an iPhone, it's not a lot bigger. That's the thing. The screen
sponsored by Apple.
No, but my phone, it's a little bit smaller. Not by much. The difference is the Joy-Con.
Even the screen, it's like a plus, basically.
The screen is smaller than you think it's going to be.
But it's the perfect size at the same time.
But that's not a bad thing. Like, I took it out of the box, and I was like, wow, this is tiny.
That's what I thought, too. Like, what?
I couldn't believe it, but it's perfectly fine. It's a lot better than the 3DS screen.
Well, I would hope so.
200p can only get you so far.
Yeah, I know. But they wanted to update the USB, because they're all 2.0 ports or whatever, so they want to do the 3.0. I think in a new update.
I think it is a 3.0 port, but it's just not working yet. That's the thing.
Well, I guess, yeah, whatever it is. But right now, as of now, it doesn't support the 3.0.
Right.
Yes.
I think they are bringing like external drives, like hard drive support. But
Really?
I remember, I could be wrong with that, but I think I remember hearing that.
That's
somewhere.
another thing you're gonna have to lug around, though.
Well, you keep it attached to your dock, and then you just play
or
when you're
no,
docked.
I guess.
I mean, even if you're like a kind of battery extension type, like a phone case or something, if they just get it, like you would just connect it behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It might even be more comfortable actually, but I don't know. It might be a little weird with the grips.
SD card is definitely the solution you want to go to right now, though.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
This system pretty much has, I'd say, a minimum probably 5-year lifespan. 5 years from now, you'll probably be able to get a terabyte SD card for about what I paid for my 200 gigabyte one right now.
Well, I think they said they're trying to support like 2 terabyte.
It supports up to 2 terabyte, but they don't even make those yet. The highest capacity SD card you could buy right now is 256 gigs.
I probably won't even need it. I honestly don't really use as much of the features as like. I mean, how many Nintendo systems have Netflix on and stuff like? I don't need to keep using every console.
Wii U and the Wii.
Every system has it. Well, I think that's his point, though. Is every system already has it.
Oh.
I mean, I could do it from my phone. I could cast it to the TV. So I don't know those extra features. They don't really.
Well, for me, it's a portable system. I like to download my games so that I don't have to carry around a bunch of cartridges. Like I bought Zelda physical and I bought 1-2 Switch physical just because I wanted to have a couple games because it's launch day. Was launch day, but. In general, I'd rather download games just so that when I want to play something, I can just play it.
I'm with you.
Definitely for convenience. It's easier.
This is the type of system where if I want to, I'll keep one game in at all times, and if I want to fire up, like Zelda will probably be in here always, and if I want to fire up Mario Kart, I'm not the type. I love physical copies, but I want to just go right on the home screen and play Mario Kart without. Just for the convenience factor, because it is a handheld. Like I don't want to, because like the case I have, it came with these the game cases and stuff. I don't want to because now I gotta take it out.
What's smart about that too? It includes.
No, I'm not trying to be like no, but you know what I mean.
It includes this little thing. It's shaped like a cartridge and it fits in the slot. But what it is, it actually allows you to carry a couple micro SD cards.
It came with 2 of those.
So
actually.
if you don't want to buy like one big one, you could buy a couple smaller ones and just switch them out like a cartridge. The thing is, you have to turn off your Switch all the way to switch them out, or else you could switch to change them out. Or else you could corrupt your saves, but...
That'd be great. Thanks, Nintendo.
The case is definitely a must for this system.
Well, if you're going to take it...
I haven't put it in the case. I bought the case, I don't know why. I think I guess when we travel, because who else am I going to be playing with, to be honest? It's just the 3 of us.
We don't have any other friends.
Well, I take mine to school every week, so I need...
For you,
well, you got to throw it in your backpack.
I need my case to put in my backpack, and I got the Zelda one, but...
That's why it's convenient for different...
It's perfect, I put it in my bag and I'm good to go.
Yeah. Yep.
But even like, as far as the Wii U, I started doing downloads more for like the virtual console stuff. So I actually have all the cartridges that I've bought anyway, but just it's convenient to have everything on one system, and it's also like HD kind of, not super like HD.
Mm-hmm.
It looks better on the TV anyway.
Virtual console should be really good on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
whenever that comes out.
That's a good point. GameCube is coming to the virtual console finally.
At some point.
Is that confirmed or is that just rumored?
That was confirmed. I'm pretty sure. If it's not,
it was confirmed, maybe.
I don't think it's been confirmed yet, actually.
I don't think it was confirmed either. No, I think it's a lot of rumors.
Well, they're just supposed to do, at least the rumors, I don't know if they were rumors, but they're supposed to be Super Smash Bros. Melee, I think, is coming.
Nice.
And they were supposed to, Super Mario Sunshine was either an HD remake or it was just a port. And I think there was something else that they were doing too. It might have been Double Dash.
Okay.
From Mario Kart, I don't know. That's all speculation. But I'm pretty sure that I thought it was confirmed actually that it was coming.
I don't think it's confirmed, but at this point, it's been long enough.
It's pretty obvious.
It's been almost 2 decades.
That's crazy.
It's about as big of a gap between the Wii and the NES, so I'm sure.
Well, even the emulation of the Dolphin emulator, like how well that does GameCube and Wii games, just on a Mac or whatever, you would think that they would have pushed that already.
No, they're Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to Nintendo.
Because I want to get Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door on that one. Sounds like the best game.
And I have no idea what he's
That's a
talking
whole
about.
Different discussion too with Paper Mario. It's the direction they went in, but everyone wants 1,000 Year Door.
Not everyone.
I
Never played Paper.
Actually, I played the Wii one a little bit. I forget which one that is. It's the
Super
one.
Paper Mario.
It's the one where you can switch between like the 2D and 3D
But
perspective.
that was totally
Super Paper
different. That's not
Mario.
like the first two either. That was like one of my favorite games, surprisingly, despite how different it was.
I wouldn't mind seeing some more Zelda HDs on the Switch. I know they're
Like remakes or something, or just different.
well, like even if they ported over like Twilight HD and
I
Wind
think they
Waker
are.
HD.
Didn't they do that already?
Mhm.
Or did they do that for the Wii
It's
U?
on the Wii U.
It's on Wii
Yeah.
U. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing that again, just so I could have it portable.
I thought they were doing Skyward Sword HD remake.
I never played Skyward Sword just because
I don't know.
there's nothing attractive to me about the idea of
Once again.
flailing my arm around to swing a sword.
I guess I haven't looked into the game. I just remember seeing like some of the graphics and stuff. But I thought they were supposed to do an HD remake of that too.
A lot of people have been saying that if they make an HD remake and it plays like a normal Zelda game without motion controls, I might get it just because I never played it. But if it's motion controls, then I'll pass on it again. Cause
I'm done with motion control. I can't stand it. I like just playing it. That's
The-
like Mario Kart Wii. I never played that game just because I hate using
The
I
for-
think there was an option to use
The
it.
forced motion control in Breath of the Wild is so annoying. For one of the shrines, you're forced to do it, and at this point, you shouldn't have to be forced to do it. It's like gimmicks, you know? Like,
That far, so I don't know.
it's like, hey, the
But-
Switch
but-
also has motion control, but it's like,
but there's a lot of good ways they use it too. The gyroscope aiming is.
I don't use that
fantastic.
either, though.
Actually, sometimes I do because it's a little easier.
It's so much easier.
You know what it is too? But when you're using the control stick, it's already moving on its own because of your like.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what I do is I aim like big. If you need to do like a 90-degree turn, you do it with the stick, and then you fine tune it with the gyroscope.
But I'm saying like, how much better would it be if there was no motion control at all and you just used the control stick?
I think it'd be harder to aim.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, people in Splatoon they swear by it.
Yeah,
Like-
it's true.
Like everyone that plays Splatoon, that uses gyroscope controls. You can turn it off, but no one turns it off because it helps.
I guess. Well, I mean, I'm only shooting arrow, like, especially in Zelda. How much are you really using it?
A lot.
I'm not.
Well, I
using
haven't
it that
gotten
often.
that
Yeah,
far
well,
yet.
You will
I just got off the
a
Great
lot,
Plateau.
trust me.
God,
I just go.
come on, man.
A lot of things that their weak points are. You need an arrow for it.
I guess. Well.
This discussion can certainly go on for days.
No, I'm pretty much done. I don't have anything else to talk about. I think that we pretty much covered a lot of this.
We did. We
Pretty
hit a
much,
lot.
that's-
I mean, the only thing we would say is that we were talking about was, well, you were talking about how there's no music on the interface. We didn't talk about the interface at all.
That's
It's very empty.
That's what I was saying was that it doesn't feel like a Nintendo system.
Where's the eShop music?
For years, you're used to Nintendo putting all this.
Yeah.
You broke it.
Just keep talking.
For years, though, Nintendo they put so much character and personality into their systems through like little sound effects you get when you turn stuff on and off with your button, or the music when you're in a menu or in like the shop, and none of that's there. It makes you feel kind of cold and sterile.
Cold. It's a cold and lonely.
It's pretty much.
It's only
There-
in settings. It's hidden.
It's hidden.
Oh, I haven't
You
found
can
it yet.
create a.
I created a meme, but I hate. Yeah, why?
But
It shouldn't be in
can't you just
settings.
transfer the old one over? Doesn't
They're,
it hook
they're,
up
they're
your
trying to
phone?
get away from all that Wii branding now, though.
I know.
That's the thing.
But they're still
That
using. They're
sucks.
using the Mii's in like Mario Kart Deluxe.
Yeah.
They're actually like using them.
It probably would have been more work for them to take the Mii's out, though. Because they're just porting it over.
I guess.
But if they're
They
actually
added
making
some
updates
stuff
to
in.
it, they're
They-
doing
they-
amiibo compatibility.
They're adding stuff in, but the amiibo compatibility is there already.
No, I mean they're making
No.
more features.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the
you
Mii's
get the
instead of
costumes for
sellers.
the Mii's with the amiibos.
I don't know if that's worth it. You're supposed to be able to use the amiibos on the right.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the thumbstick.
Is it? Oh, is it?
It's the
really?
right thumbstick,
Oh, I
yeah.
did not know
Because
that.
Zelda has amiibo
And it
support.
also has the infrared, which is the left one does not have that.
Only the right one has.
That's
The
okay.
right one has a lot more stuff in it than the left one.
Right now, the infrared sensor's only good for 1-2 switch.
We hang right? Anyway, all right. I think we covered a decent amount of stuff just in this video. This is our first Let's Talk discussion completely, so I don't even know how long this was because I wasn't paying attention. I also don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the clock all the time.
I think it's about a half hour.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Whether or not we're even recording right now, we don't know.
This is
I
true.
can't see anything.
This is completely true.
But we're going to be making more videos like these, so if you like us, if you like this, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us, like us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at PlayThru Live. At this point, we're probably, like, this should be stuff on the side, or in the description there should be links. And I'm signing off. Anthony.
Jeff.
Dan.
So we'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.
See you later.